Welcome everybody to the WAVEcast, your source for all things WAVE project. Many people don't know this or might not have realized it, but WAVE actually stands for Welcoming All, Valuing Everyone. We are a Metro Detroit nonprofit organization serving people experiencing homelessness. Our mission is to share love by providing mobile showers to those in need. And I'm just so very happy to be with you today to share an update with you. This is episode 5 of the WAVEcast. Thank you very much for tuning in and seeking out more information about what we're up to and what's been going on with WAVE Project. I just want to remind you, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this podcast on all major podcast platforms. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, please click on that subscribe button below and hit the like button. And if you get a couple of seconds, a 5-star review would really go a long way for us. That helps the algorithm and all that stuff really give us some love. So thank you for that. And our hope is that this podcast will help spread the word about the good work that our volunteers are doing out in the streets for those in need. And, you subscribing and liking the podcast and, sharing it and reviewing it helps spread that message and gain more support for WAVE Project. So it's really been a big month for us since our last episode, episode 4. We talked at the end of 2020 about all of the hopes and dreams that we've had as an organization. And I am just so happy to say that, man, God is good. A lot of those dreams have actually come to fruition. And one of the big parts of that is the implementation, the launch of our weekday services. And just to provide you with a little bit of history or backstory related to that, when we launched in 2018, we knew that we wanted to help the marginalized, specifically to get out into the streets and share love with people experiencing homelessness. And we had an inkling that hygiene services was going to be the focus. And through some planning and connecting with community members and getting out there and seeing all the wonderful work that local organizations were doing, as you can see behind me, we just settled on having a mobile shower trailer that we could take to people that are experiencing homelessness because they already experience so many barriers, transportation being one of them. And when we launched, actually in September of 2019, we were only doing so on a volunteer basis, which primarily was during evenings during the week and weekends, and with a lot of the excitement that was established, a lot of the organizations that wanted to partner with us, we kept getting requests reasonably for weekday services. And many of us, we have day jobs. I'm actually a middle school choir teacher. We have people in finance and people that work in dental offices, all different backgrounds. So it really became the point where we started thinking about and praying about, man, what would it look like if WAVE Project could employ a couple of coordinators so that we could actually get out and share love with people while other organizations are functioning, right? That's reasonable. Soup kitchens or warming centers or even churches that are running services during weekday business hours. Our hope was that we could get out and partner with them. So I'm so very happy to announce, or not to announce, but just actually to share with you, because it's been happening for a couple of weeks now, that we've hired a couple of part-time coordinators, Ryan and Pat. So if you see the WAVE Project trailer bopping around town during the week and those guys inside, feel free to wave to them and say hi. And with that, I just want to thank all of our supporters and all of the people who have believed in us and who have donated to WAVE Project and even just supported us in any way. There was a point, and I share this sometimes with folks, that when we started WAVE Project, we had $85 in the bank account. And we try to be people who are open-handed and that have big dreams and trust in the power of God and community to provide. And it is just so remarkable and wonderful to be sitting here today knowing that not only have two wonderful, fantastic, talented, dedicated people jumped onto our team, whom are excited about getting out and loving on people and helping people that are in need. But that all of you, people listening right now, people that I haven't even met, that we haven't even met, are supporting us and helping to make it happen. So, just to kind of give you a day in the life of those coordinators, they show up to our warehouse, they prep materials, they do inventory, they do any maintenance on our truck or trailer or equipment that's needed. Those guys are really talented in that way, actually talented in ways that I would never be able to do it. So that's been a huge blessing to us. Then they take the truck and trailer to a local site. I'm happy to say that that has also been a provision for us right here this month. We are partnering with the Welcome In Day Center in Royal Oak, whom helps out people experiencing homelessness during the daytime. The temperatures are frigid out there right now, so it's a warming center in which people go in and get warm and get some resources. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we've been partnering with them. We're also really, really excited about a partnership we have with Noah Project right downtown. Man, it's an extraordinary location. It's right by Comerica Park. If you've seen some of the pictures on Facebook or social media, it's just amazing to see the Wave Project trailer right there with Comerica in the background, helping out people in Wayne County in downtown Detroit. And we're also, during the daytimes during this month and hopefully beyond, going to be working with Macomb Feeding the Need, which is right there off of Gratiot, just north of 696 there. So the guys get to the trailer, they get out onto the streets, and usually they're at one or two of those sites in a day. They're also helping us to interface with clients or guests, to talk with them, to hear their stories, to see what their needs are. Part of our service that we've been developing, and thanks to all of you whom have visited our wish list through our website, the Amazon wish list under the support tab. We've been able to provide some basic needs such as underwear and some sweatpants and t-shirts, some basic clothing items. And then, as always, I've got to give a big shout out to the Blessing Bags Brigade of Michigan. It's a wonderful nonprofit organization that has been partners with us since the beginning. Our coordinators have also been handing out blessing bags to people who are in need. And then at the end of those days, they restock, they resupply, they store the trailer so that our volunteers, whom have also been very busy in the evenings and weekends, can take the trailer out and continue those efforts, working with local warming centers and churches and organizations. So it really has been such a busy but wonderful time. And, as is often the case here during the winter months, it's actually one of the times that most need exists out there for people. So it's just really exciting and really wonderful. So many wonderful, things have come out of those part-time coordinators coming on staff. So just thanks again to everybody that has made that happen. And specifically, as we look to the future related to that, I just want to challenge people that are listening, people that are passionate about our mission, people that are really connected to Wave Project, to pray about and think about what your support might look like in coming months and throughout the rest of this year and beyond. I think our metrics tell us that a shower itself costs, I think, around $17 for us to provide. So even if it's just you looking at your budget and you're giving and what you're feeling led to give and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. I want to be somebody who is giving on a monthly basis. Maybe you jump onto our website and you say, hey, I'll give you $17 a month. I'll provide one shower. And if enough people did that, man, wouldn't it be wonderful and fantastic, and we could keep this thing rolling. So please think about that. Please consider that. And you can go to waveproject.org if you want to jump on board and help us provide showers to those in need. The other thing I want to kind of talk about a little bit and maybe pull the curtain back on is, we are sort of a unicorn in the world of mobile shower services. We know that there are some shower services that operate in cold weather climates throughout the country, but most of them, at least that we're aware of, are in warm weather states, and they're doing wonderful work. But as many of us know, being Michiganders, the weather can be quite challenging and keep things interesting for us. So, just a little behind the scenes stuff. Both our volunteer coordinators and our part-time coordinators, we've learned quite a bit over the last weeks and months, being busier than we've ever been. I think, if I'm correct here, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, in January, we provided 118 showers, and that was wonderful. But along the way with those showers, with the temperatures getting really low, and we've had some problems with freezing, and we've even learned things about our shower unit. And I just want to speak to the power of community, and the power of your volunteerism and all of the people that are jumping on board. Through our volunteers and people that have donated their time, we actually were able to do some repairs to the trailer a couple of weeks ago. We had an issue where we had one of the shower valves that ended up freezing up on us, and we had to open up an access panel and get back in there and work with the PEX. And if it were left up to me personally, man, it would have been a wrap, because I am not handy at all. But we had, some of our volunteer coordinators jump right in. Not only did they know how to do it, but they had the tools, and they knocked it out in a single day so that we could get the trailer back out to the site in working order and actually set up for success in the future. We've also had some issues, not due to like a lack of planning or a lack of knowledge, but just Mother Nature. You can imagine working with water outdoors during these times. We flush out our sprinkler systems at home, and some of us turn off our exterior hose bibs for a reason. Well, that's obviously the main part of what we do. So we've actually had our exterior hose connection freeze up on us, and need to apply like a little heat by using a hair dryer, or even a small amount of heat with a little propane torch to break that free and get the service rolling. We've had some issues related to our system, in which we get rid of the gray water and the black water, and that freezing up on it and breaking connections. And I don't share any of this with you to complain. We're absolutely happy to do it, but it absolutely has also been a learning process for us for the last few weeks. And one of the things like I can say is, we are better together. So for all of the coordinators that may be listening right now, the guys and ladies that are volunteering on the crew, thank you so much for offering your time and your expertise, and just being patient with us. Just yesterday, we had a situation in which we had some freezing, and we weren't able to make it out to a site. And at every place along the way, the site partner, the coordinators, everybody was understanding and flexible and working together. And that sort of connection and community and collaboration is truly what we're all about. So thank you for that hard work. So I know I went on and on a little bit about it, and some of you are like, duh, you're working outside in freezing weather, you're going to have some freezing issues. Well, our trailer was actually built with an Arctic package, a winter package, that largely is supposed to prevent some of these issues. But it's Michigan. We're in vortex-like conditions. So bravo to all of our coordinators that are powering through, being creative, and just MacGyvering some of this stuff to keep it rolling. And at the end of the day, we want to get out. We want to provide showers. It's wonderful to see that 10, 20, 30, 100 showers are given in a month. But in the margins, in talking to people over the last month, it really has just been amazing to hear the stories of people that are just completely refreshed and rejuvenated through just getting in and taking a shower and interfacing with our volunteers. As you can imagine, it is a really, really tough time of year for people that are living on the streets or in need. And for us, we are very intentional in organizing and planning two kinds of services. I talked about this a little bit last time. This time of year is really big with warming centers, and for us, that's a really great partnership because those are centralized locations in which there are a lot of people that could utilize the service, and there are often really motivated and wonderful volunteers at those locations that can help out. So we've been very busy working with warming centers, and in those situations, it's shower after shower after shower, which is just awesome and wonderful to see. But we're also dedicated to maintaining some walk-up shower opportunities as well. And currently in February, we're doing so at All Saints Episcopal in Pontiac. And I just wanted to share on the podcast this month one of the stories that's come out of that. At a walk-up service, as I said last time, to all of our volunteers out there, I truly hope that you'll go to our website and consider signing up to volunteer. But if it's a walk-up service, there's the potential that we've vetted these sites. They're sites where there's a population nearby, or there's a breakfast for those in need that's happening, or even a pantry or a clothing closet or whatever it may be. So we've vetted the site, but there's the potential that 10 people may show up and want to shower, or we might have one. And it just so happens a few times in Pontiac recently, actually most times, we've had an individual that's come to shower, and he lives under a bridge in Oakland County, and has described for us that Wave Project is the only place that he actually has access to hygiene services, and specifically a shower. Just this last week, he was telling one of our volunteers, or a couple of our volunteers, that in the summertime, he does get a bar of soap and go into a lake and wash up that way. But that Wave Project has been a really big blessing to him in being there and giving him a comfortable and accessible and safe place to do so during the winter time. And I share this story not only to make you aware of what's out there and what's around, and to encourage you to be compassionate and understanding for our friends that are living on the streets, but also to just kind of paint a picture of the types of stories that are out there and why hygiene services are really, really important. If you go on Facebook, you can find and celebrate so many wonderful organizations in our area. And we really do have some great nonprofits and faith-based organizations that are meeting needs out there. With food insecurity going on right now, it's a big thing. And even organizations that don't typically meet that need are jumping in. But in relation to hygiene services, we hear it time and again, both from our warming centers to our walk-up services, that there are very few options for people in a lot of instances, and having our trailer at those sites time and again is said to be a huge blessing to those individuals experiencing homelessness. So thanks again for your support and helping us make it happen even during these really cold times, and I just want to let you know and promise you that we're going to keep moving forward. One of the hashtags we used recently was "can't stop, won't stop," and that's absolutely true. Frozen pipes, obstacles, cold temperatures, weather. We have volunteers and we have people that are so motivated to love people and share love and welcome all and value everyone. That we're just going to continue to go. So moving into February, or through February, we're already partly there. We're going to continue those warming center relationships. We have at least a week or two left with that. Primarily, we've been in Oakland County, making that happen. And a shout out to Genesis and the Welcome In Day Center, and even Berkeley Community Church that have been working hard on that, and just anybody that's signed up to help people in Oakland County through that warming center, both day and evening centers. And we're also going to continue our partnership in Detroit with Noah Project and hope to expand that. Really excited to get the Feeding the Need program up and going. And the last thing I'll say is, if you personally are aware of a site or a situation in which you would love to see the Wave Project trailer there providing showers for people in need, please go to our website, and all you need to do is click on the Get Involved tab and fill out the Site Partner Survey. Once you fill out that survey for your site or your organization, someone from our team will follow up with you, and then we'll start the process of seeing if a connection is appropriate and if we can make that work. Beyond that, in so many ways for our friends on the streets, and maybe even for all of us at this point, we're hoping for some warmer weather sooner than later. And we are absolutely dreaming about partnerships and initiatives and ways that we can even expand our reach and help people that are experiencing homelessness. So be on the lookout for all of that. If you have not already done so, please go to our social media sites and follow us, and encourage your circle of influence to do so as well. As I mentioned earlier, if you're encouraged by anything that you've heard, I just want to invite you to be generous and to become a monthly partner and support our mission. Like I said, $10, $20 can provide a shower for somebody who's in need. And, I also want to put it out there over the next coming days and weeks. Every time you step into the shower, just consider what a blessing that is for you, to feel warm and refreshed and clean. And just think about how amazing it can be to give that gift to somebody else. So I know that a lot of us are busy. There's a lot going on right now, global pandemic, kids in school, work, everything in between. Maybe you're not able to get out and volunteer personally right now. Maybe even you have some personal boundaries related to that, due to your safety concerns. But the way that you can help is just by donating and, providing the resources for, us to get out there and share love and provide showers for folks. So thanks again to everybody who supports us. Thanks again for all of the volunteers. As people get vaccinated and people are ready to get back into the world, I do want to ask for anybody that is willing and interested, visit our site, sign up for a volunteer crew. I promise you there is nothing like being on site and seeing somebody who is down, who is feeling depleted, who has just gone through it. There's nothing like seeing them get into the shower and have some time to refresh and to get clean, and have them come out of that shower stall just like beaming. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. So thanks again. Make sure that you subscribe and like the podcast, and share it with anybody you think might be interested. And we'll see you next time.